so.
Okay. We can jump right in.
Yeah.
Then. All right. Thoughts on the code? Close gamer. Playfelt played pretty well. Surprised to lose first half. I mean, the most damage team is going good. I question myself. I misplayed. I definitely started to struggle more on the last 2 points. After we lost, I was accused of stat farming by my other support. So I wonder whether I focused on the wrong thing at the wrong time. I think many of my ults were sus. I wasn't sure where to position relative to my Ana. Might have failed to peel for a few times. I remember at least 2 very unfortunate deaths. Hazard walls are a pain. Mechanics are still... Okay, so is this going to be Wuyang?
Yes.
Nice. You get the prize. First Wuyang review. Congratulations.
Really? Let's go.
Do you have any words for your audience, for your fans?
Wuyang, I doubted him at first, but he's so much fun.
That's deep.
And,
Thank you for that. You're supposed to say something like, believe in your dreams and you can accomplish anything.
Oh.
So there's like some 6-year-old kid out there like in tears that's going to like have a failure miserable of a life because you didn't say that. So I hope you're happy with yourself. You're stat farming IRL. That's just disastrous.
No, that's too bad.
Yikes. Okay. All right.
My other sport was right.
Yeah. As always, all the sports are always right. Okay, so Kanye was right. Well, okay, well, that's concerning.
Kanye, yeah. It's even better. His name was Kanye.
Okay, so questions about Wuyang. Stat stuff, obviously, we will look at the actual things that you're doing in a second here. But before we actually look at the code here, do you have any questions about playstyle, cooldowns, positioning, mechanics, matchups, etc.?
Not immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. Wuyang's good in Flashpoint. Movement, a little bit of sight lanes. It's like the perfect combo. Go ahead and rotate. Yep. Okay, so this is something we're already going to point out, and this is like unbelievably important. Just as, okay, have you ever heard of like the Harmony Orb cycling crap that a lot of early Zens do? Where they'll like cycle their Harmony Orb at the expense of damage? Okay. It's even worse with Wuyang. Let me explain why.
I see. So it's like wasting time switching between people instead of...
Correct. And there's 2 reasons why that's the case. First off, opportunity cost. You could be doing damage instead. And it's even worse with Wuyang because you look at the situation here and you're like, if I was playing Zen, there would be nothing really to shoot. But with Wuyang, there's always something to shoot, even if you can't see it.
Right, because I can go around the corner.
Correct. But there's another important reason why you don't cycle your orb. Look at your heal resource here. So every time you cycle your orb and you use even a little bit of your heal, I don't believe cycling the orb itself pauses the resource, but when you cycle here and you use your beam, you've just paused your resource regeneration and actually took some of that resource on a full HP target. You should be at full resource right now. Not half.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So it's opportunity cost, obviously attention. I think right now, like looking at the Genji and the enemy team is fine. Like you could be shooting him, but like it's really, 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 really important that you do not cycle your orb without a good cause. Really important.
Okay.
See it again there. It's like the 3rd time now that we've cycled our orb onto something that's getting a little bit of attention, but you still have Hazard who's actively taking attention and taking damage, so there's not a good enough reason for me to cycle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like at worst a side grade. Ana versus Hazard. Well, both are kind of taking attention right now. Good shots. Obviously, you got the splash thing going on, and it's just important to do that correctly, but you're doing that fine. Sure. Yep. It's fine. Yeah. Too slow in the cycle and the heal there. So like right here, for example. This is a moment where just quickly to pause what you're doing, get your orb up on your Genji or your heal on your Genji, and then just go from there.
Yeah.
You're hitting some nice shots though. Thus the stat farming accusations. Yeah, this is fine. I would look at this fight mostly as being like, I think, you know, we didn't. It's not really a major off angle that we held here, but it was okay. We had a nice sight line. We had some good shots. Our wave to peel off the Genji and then kill the Genji is obviously a good resource trade. The major issue is that we just didn't have enough heal resource when we needed it, and there wasn't enough pre-fight poke because we were too busy cycling that heal resource instead of actually doing more damage. small things that led up to a bad result. You weren't the fraud in this fight. You were down one basically immediately. But obviously, habits to keep an eye on later on.
Right. Now here, I don't know if it would have been better to go with my Ana or if what I did is fine. I think we both
If
lived,
you'd gone
so
with,
maybe it doesn't matter.
if you go with your Ana, you would have died. Let me demonstrate that really fast. Because going with your Ana means that you're stuck. You see,
Right, it would have been
open space. So I'm willing to sell my Ana here, and you're still healing.
I was
her,
actually surprised
crucially.
you lived.
Yeah, well, I mean, you healed her. That's what happened. So you healed her and you split their like, look where they're looking. They're not looking here. And then because you're the one with the mobility cooldown.
So it's equally a good play, even though I was not sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was. You weren't sure, but you were thinking, so you made the right decision.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I think I can get away here, and yeah, that's really valuable. Yeah, it's really valuable. Because if they had ignored you there, then I think you would have been a little bit more aggressive and maybe traded out their Wuyang or their Lucio. So even if you're on a dice, you get something out of it. So yeah, okay. I like the angle here. Sightline. Unfortunate with the little bit unfortunate with that initial shot. It's like he kind of caught you by surprise.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see why that was the case. It's not like a major issue, but I think, yeah, see, this is the problem here. It's attention opportunity cost. You're looking at your hazard because you're missing HP, but who's actually engaged right now?
The Genji.
The Genji, right. And where do you want to move? Well, towards the Genji.
Up.
So we're not moving this way, so we should not be putting our attention this way. Unless this guy's literally critical, in which case you'd probably wave him and then look away, not even heal him. Just let your Honor do the job, right? So it's a tension here. So the reason why I'm obsessing with that is because we've seen that be an issue with your wave resource or your heal resource, is you get distracted from what you should be looking at. Like right now, this heal should have been on your Genji way sooner. You should have hit your initial damage. And crucially, I think this wave is stupid too. Right? Because this is just, she's moving, it's way too hard to hit, and it's chip damage at this range anyway. It's like 60 damage, it's just not worth using. Just not a good use of your resource. A good shot. Smacked her right in the head, that was beautiful. Yeah, good job. Look at the micro here. Oh yeah, you're trying to splash on the Genji, classic error. It's just he's just a hard target to hit. There's just no way of sugarcoating it. He's just freaking impossible to hit, so. Only thing I guess I could say here is as soon as you assess that the situation is stabilized, really your first priority should be to turn your attention to pop your ult in somebody who's aggressing and then go from there, whether that's your hazard, your junk, or even to be thinking about your own ult here, because he's used his dash now, so you can actually pursue this guy. Just to guarantee get the trade. Just something to consider. Sure. Yeah, good job. Good. Yeah, I mean, you just you right, because what happens here? You and I have the same problem. We do the same thing when we play Wuyang. Panic into this guy. You know what I'm saying? Just shoot melee there. So one of the big mistakes that you can make with Wuyang at point blank range is holding down your primary fire. Don't do that. It completely changes how you play the game. So right here,
spamming left click. Or?
You should be spamming left click. Yes, okay. Spam left click and melees. I'm not sure what's optimal DPS. Left click melee is, I think, slightly more. It's definitely easier to hit because melee has a more forgiving hitbox. But regardless, like right here, for example, heal good. Spam left click. You hit him. Spam left click. But you notice that you're actually kind of like bending the orbs.
Yeah.
Your muscle memory is kicking in here, but it's nonsense. It's not going to work. Just tap melee, and then also this one too, where you're trying to curve it. Don't curve it. Just shoot him right at him. You can't do it. It's impossible. So just spam melee, and he should have died. Because even there, you're thinking, oh, a splash. No, it's not. Just hit him in the face, right? That pivot's really, really, really important with Wuyang, and it's especially important when you ult yourself, because obviously when you ult yourself, you're close to people usually. So that's going to make that So that's going to make that psychological change of like, you know, I need to kind of pivot into the short range mode, just spamming shots.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yep.
It's not easy to do, making that psychological pivot and doing so quickly, but okay. Good shots. Yeah. Oh, so close.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's hard to do. I mean, you're not expected to
But
hit
like
everyone.
depth of field perception is hard.
It does. It gets
away.
harder the further. It is. Yeah. Sure. I see the vision there. It's a bit of a risk, but you thought, man, that damage might actually finish him off, and you were close. The problem here is such that you've failed on your play, so what should be your response?
Maybe run away faster.
Disengage,
like,
right? It's like finishing your trance in a safe angle, right? So you failed here, and look at where you rotate back to.
Yeah, I kind of.
No.
I think I thought that I would have like my Ana as well, like where my junk is, right to my right. But she wasn't because she had just gone straight to point, or she was just going to point.
Well, you're walled off, right? Is the key thing here. So
yeah,
like,
and the wall as well.
Right. So like here, it's like you gambled, you failed. Just run, just keep running.
Yeah.
If you're gonna die, make it expensive, right? Like you went for an angle, you went for a play, you failed, you used your wave, and then now you're cooked.
Yeah.
This is way too easy of a kill for you. Essentially, this should have been at least another 3 or 4 seconds.
Okay.
So anytime that you misuse your wave or shift, or even if you get value out of it, like that wasn't a bad play. You distracted a lot. You forced a ton of resources. Just know that you were vulnerable, and so behave accordingly if they're giving you attention.
Yeah, run faster.
Yeah, just anticipate the problem coming, you know? No.
Yeah, that was definitely a waste.
Not actively in a trade. It's not because it's a tank, obviously not because he's close to full, because I've actually waved my tanks at like 2/3 HP when they're in the middle of a firefight, and they just never drop below half, and it's amazing. But obviously he's not doing anything, so.
Yeah. I think my thought was probably that I didn't want to take my orb off of the junk who's on the flank, but my Ana could have just healed hazard.
Right, exactly. If that's the argument, then you don't need the help. So, or he doesn't need the help. I'd be deepening my angle here just a little bit if I were you. Yeah. So you're doing the classic mistake of, I can't decide what to do, so I do nothing.
Yes.
So, this is the rule with Wuyang. I have learned this way too many times. Don't get baited by his range, because his range is worse than you think. In terms of your healing and damage, right? It's like, you can be here, soft angle. I was like encouraging you to deepen, because I do think that's a more consistent play here because you junk. But it wouldn't be bad to be here. You could peel this off, theoretically. No problem. But if that was the case,
mobility to get there fast enough.
Right. If that was the case, you should have been here, not here, so that you could actually
once I walk
it.
towards my junk, I should commit with the junk, and
that is correct.
Let
Once
my Ana
you
die.
choose your angle, your lane, you have chosen your responsibility. And if you try to change your responsibility mid-fight here, you're throwing. So right here, you have made your bed. You cannot hesitate. You must go. Let her die. Let him die. Go trade. Because think about it, you're in an amazing position to kill both their backliners right now.
Sure.
You and your junk will kill both of them, guaranteed. Because they've even used abilities here, right? His wave's off, his shift's off. We look at the Soj, she's got no slide, you got the striper shot, and they're like, oh, I didn't know that. It's just a prediction. I didn't know it either. It's just a prediction, right? Because of where this fight's gone. So this is the problem here, is you are like, oh, shoot. You're just a casualty.
Yeah, and then I just feed.
They weren't even aiming for you, right? They were going for your Hanzo and your Ana, and you're just like, oh, okay, I guess he's here as well, right? So commit. You could have peeled this from this position here. You could have traded backlines from this position here. You did neither. Yep. And the reason why that's so bad is because not only are you late to the party, but when you're out of position to do something, you often have to use abilities to compensate for being out of position. Do you see that? You had to wave in the hopes that it would hit Ana. Did nothing. You have to shift to get there faster. Did nothing. You died. Instead, start on the angle with walking and then use your abilities to make the angle more powerful. Or fight for it, if that makes sense. Like if you had been there, you wouldn't have needed to have used shift, and you would have hit the wave.
Yep.
Don't like that wave. Not a huge fan of that wave. Try to fight the urge of weaving damage in. I had to break this habit myself. This might change in the future. It's just not that effective.
I think I was thinking of it a little too much like an Ana nade.
Yes. Oh, I made the same mistake. That's exactly the analogy
Yeah.
that I used when I was coaching, doing the Wuyang guide the other day. It was like, it is not an on and aid. It is not a,
Yeah.
big burst. It's way more specialist than on and aid. It's so freaking good at healing people, and it's so freaking good at keeping yourself alive. If you don't have one of those boxes to check, it's not that you never use it for like weaving damage. It's just extremely rare. Because that's going to do like 60 damage, you know?
Yeah, and it's like a tank anyways. Like
Right, it's like 60 damage. It's just not worth 60 damage here, right? Now, if he was in your face, then maybe, you know, but yeah. But yeah, good job committing to that position. But I think this is like a good example. Like you should be confident chasing this, and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't have my wave, I don't have my wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, this gets way more... And then there it is, right? There it is. There it is. We caught it. We caught it in 4K, right? Now, should you have ulted yourself? No, but I'm not even mad. I'm more mad about the wave. This is not stupid.
Right, because I didn't have the wave.
You didn't have the wave. You don't have the wave. So obviously here, if you don't have the wave, please treat this with a little bit more respect. That's the main thing to learn here, okay?
Yep. Definitely.
But, crucially, don't freaking use your wave for chip damage. You know? It sucks. It feels like it shouldn't suck, but it does. It sucks.
It definitely does.
Just wave first next time. Like right here, just wave, heal, you're fine. That being said, I think you guys lose this fight no matter what you do.
Yeah.
We're just looking for habits. We're not really looking for like, oh, what would have won this fight? Good shot. Sure. I mean, you're making it expensive. That's the key thing, right? You're giving your team an opportunity to bail you out, and they did. Good wave in terms of you needed the healing-ish, and also it knocks him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were down 100 HP. It's good.
And my hazard saves me.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an expensive commitment from them, so yeah. I still question of whether you should have been that easy to access, but that's all right. You know what, actually, I want to go back, because I feel like if you're playing this well, you should not have allowed Hazard to get that close to you, and I want to know why.
This is after we lost that fight and I'm running away still, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I think their hazard comes from the right side.
Yeah, you didn't see him.
And I hadn't seen him.
Okay. It's not an egregious error. We'll cut you a little bit of slack.
Thanks.
But next time, straight to the guillotine. Just the worst, man. Just the worst.
Yeah, I go in there being like, oh, they're gonna be hazard ulted. Wait, nobody's there. And
even if they had
damage, yeah. So
don't
we've already
wait.
been over
Shoot,
that. It's not good.
Shoot. It's more damage, right? So like again, it's one of those things that it's just very unintuitive. It feels like it should be like you said, that on an 8, that big AoE splash. It is not on an 8. Its AoE utility is trash. It is really good at keeping people up and keeping yourself up. That's it. Because, like, right there, your junk doesn't hit that direction, goodbye. You were dead. You were dead, you know? So.
Yep.
Okay. Now, here's what we can do for your mobility. So if you look at, like, where your supports are positioned. So with this map here, you're not really going to be needing to hard flank necessarily, just hold a soft angle and poke. But I do think that, like, when given the opportunity, if you can rotate quickly and safely, you absolutely should be trying to hold better space. So this is one of those moments where I think you've been mispositioned slightly. Where should you be? Small adjustment, but an important adjustment, I think.
Maybe up on the stairs.
Now, crucially, that rotation is going to be a little bit spooky, but that's why we have a shift. But I think you could do so much more from this position here in terms of damage output on that cross. Defending this angle, supporting your junk. Now you're like, oh, it feels a little awkward. Yeah, it does. It does. Pressure on this Sojourn. You don't even see that she's there, crucially, right? So there's not enough pressure during this rotation. And that kind of preventative action with the insurance of like, okay, I'm going to kind of use myself as bait because I can always just shift wave out. That's kind of like what we're looking for.
Okay, so starting on a better angle.
Yeah. Not super deep, like you're not Kiriko. Right? You're not, Lucio doing nonsense in here,
for sure.
Like, but it is a position where you do have mobility, you do have some range, so you are flexible, and that allows your team to hold space better. And there will be situations when, yeah, you do hard flank here. Don't think it's necessary here, but there is a world there. Aha, the noob chose the triple shot perk. This is one of those moments, right? So this is one of those moments right here where you're making the wrong decision. You're making the wrong decision. It's not egregious because you do make the decision quickly. You don't second guess yourself. But this is why Hazard's Walls your bane, is because you're giving it value.
So what should I have done?
You tell me.
Because the options are either going on the other side of this pillar, up the right side stairs, or staying where I was and poking the back line more.
You can probably guess which one I want you to do.
Keep poking the back line?
Keep poking the back line. Keep poking the back line. You're not equipped to this. What's your outplay options are on this?
I mean, staring at this wall, nothing.
Nothing. You could have gone, well, I could have gone here. But how could you possibly know? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if this Hazard's smart, he's going to wall you whatever side you do peek. So it's a lose-lose. There's nothing that you can do. If your team walks into a choke, they're going to die. And there's nothing that you can do about that in terms of keeping them alive. But you can compensate for the fact that a lot of resources are being pulled here and that you have a kit that can be used elsewhere.
Yeah.
Do not let this fricker... This is important. Can we live this 2v1? Maybe. We could force it. We can make it awkward at least. This is your opportunity. This is your responsibility. And crucially here, the other reason why we like this better is because where were you 3 seconds ago?
Here.
Here. If you had been here, we would have been in like super flanking, right? You would have been the man for the job. You can wave from here to your tank if you'd like to, or even just simply sat here and shot, and we would have been fine. It would have been risky, but it would have been fine. But now, if you look at this, okay, there's nothing you could have done to save your junk. Right. However, what's really scary right now? It's Genji. It's Wuyang. Right. These guys, you guys have lost. So you actually get the trade with you doing, I think, nothing? Literally nothing? Yeah, literally nothing.
I actually do literally nothing.
Actually literally nothing, right? Actually literally nothing. So we get the trade because your team walked through the choke, their team walked through the choke, big old mess. But you are here with ult. You ult your Ana, you mark this angle, whatever else, we could still win this. The angle kills us. Yeah. Feels good. I think the wave just to secure the kill is probably okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, good job. But very, very fortunate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
very fortunate because we gave that lane for free. That was your responsibility. So again, it kind of goes back to the previous point where it's like, what's my responsibility? Well, wherever you were, that's your responsibility.
Okay.
When you bail out to help somebody else out, there needs to be a pretty good reason for it, and generally you need to prefer if it's really convenient. I've had times where I'll be like holding an angle here, and I'll shift here to like wave my tank, but it needs to be like, I'm not picking an arbitrary number here necessarily, but it's like a second of inconvenience. Anything longer than that's not my responsibility, really. Like right now, what's your responsibility? What's your responsibility?
I don't really see them. I mean, either I should walk to point to help the point fight. That's probably what I would think I should have done, since I can barely even see their backline. Either that, or I sit here and like shoot their backline.
Yeah, I mean, you do see them. You just stop looking at them, right? So like, keep the pop shots here. And crucially, the nice thing about Wuyang is it's like, I can help people with wall. Like, for example, if this hazard trade gets messy to like here, you could keep poking and wave your hazard and then just keep shooting. No problem. You do have a little bit of range with your resources. You get what I'm saying? So you can maintain pressure on an angle while still doing this here. And when you said in your form, like, the hazard walls are, you're telling me like, or hazard walls are a problem. Yeah. Because this is where you are. Why are you here?
Yeah.
You know? In fact, you were even on a pretty reasonable angle. You got hit once, and then you just completely lost faith. And then now, there's your opportunity to save your hazard. You get what I'm saying? There's your opportunity to save your hazard. Keep pressure on this backline, heal the hazard, and then go from there. And ironically here, you get walled off, and the one thing that you're supposed to do, which is wave the hazard, you miss.
Yep.
So the one thing you could have done here, you know? So let's dial this back. Let's say that you actually held the angle. I want you to coach the micro. What would you have done from this position? I'm gonna play it at like 0.5. Tell me what you would have done. You've got shift, you've got wave, you just got hit by a direct. What do you do?
Shoot back at the Wuyang once or twice.
Okay. He's gonna try to shoot
If he
you.
shoots me again, I turn left, wave the hazard after the other wall goes down.
Yep. Which it would have gone down. It would have been about right now. You would have been hit again. So you would have had time to wave yourself and wave your hazard. Good. Then what?
Yeah. And then if the Wuyang and Kiri walk in, so then if they walk in, I probably walk in as well.
Like as in here?
I mean, yes. I don't know. I would be scared to go on the right.
Okay. What could allow you to go on the right? What would create enough noise for you to go safely on the right?
Oh, I have my ult.
You get me?
So I can push the right side and ult myself to...
That's too far.
No? Okay.
You're on the right track, though. Don't ult yourself, because you're not in a good position. Ult your hazard. Wave your hazard, ult your hazard, and then check. Okay, shift to here. And the thing is you don't even need to commit. You could just shift to here, or shift to here, and you're gonna they're all dead. They're all dead. Because you know where they're gonna back up to, right into you, right? True. And you've got an active shift. You're fine. And any attention that you pull here, like if they keep trying to poke you out, well, your hazard's just their hazard's dead, or their surgeon's dead, or they're dead. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go all the way likely into the backline here necessarily, but you remember this is the whole point with Wuyang is you don't have to. This is a great angle for Wuyang. It's terrible for like any other DPS support tank in the game. It's terrible, but you freaking bend your shots, right? You can freaking bend your shots. This is like way easier than it has any right to be to do damage from this position right now.
Yeah.
Even in the current situation, even as this fight evolves, this is still easy, still easy, still easy, still easy, right?
Yeah, I guess it feels like it shouldn't be because I'm used to the mentality of any other character in the game.
Right. But it is so incredibly easy. So incredibly easy. Good ult in your hazard, bad space control. And the space control is coming from feeling like I have to help the tank trade and not having the confidence to hold the angle. And I think the confidence not holding the angle isn't necessarily through like an ignorance on your part. I think it's failing to recognize what an angle with Wuyang looks like and how simple it can be and how risk-free it can be, essentially.
For sure.
You don't have to be, here, essentially. You could just be a little bit to the side, a little bit of a vision. So, okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
embarrassing stat farming
looking for the Wuyang angles.
Looking for the Wuyang angles, right, exactly. You've got the distance right, just not the breadth. Yeah, they're just
if I shift first, I live.
Yeah. You need to avoid it entirely first, yep. Okay. Not a particularly heartbreaking fight loss, though, because that's if they're going to commit to that, sure. Now, here you got a choice here. So you're going to have to contest space. So you can either high risk, high reward this. Probably don't recommend this. You can medium risk, medium reward, deep flank. This could work as well. You can sit here, poke, and then rotate into here. I probably like what you're doing right now the best. It's a good wave. It's a really good wave, right? You got multiple teammates under pressure. You got yourself, and that's probably going to hit your hazard. Should have hit your hazard, so that's good.
Yeah, but then I get distracted.
Yeah, I see. You committed. You're going to live or die by this decision right here. What should you do right now?
Stay.
And fight. This. Or this, right? You've died, living and dying for this space. But crucially, it wasn't free, right? Look at their tank, right? Look at their Kiriko, right? It's taken CDs. It's taken risk. This is not your job. You cannot help this. The only thing you can do is make sure that she didn't die in vain. Get a trade here. Pocket your hazard. Let him pop his ult. Wait, he actually gets hit? Wait. Oh, he gets hit by the rewind, mate. Yeah, he gets hit by the rewind. Your wave paid off. Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that. It's a good wave. I told you it was a good wave. It was a really good wave.
I definitely thought it was a good wave.
Yeah, it definitely felt good, right? Like you're committing, you're denying, you're taking damage, your tank is taking damage. It's a big old mess, right? So this is like a clearly supportive wave, and it works. I mean, my goodness gracious, you just dump your entire heal resource, hit a couple of shots, you win this fight. I would go as far to say that you should win this fight, given how good that trade was. but you just don't go back. You've lost so much space. It's just criminal, right?
No, it was definitely very bad.
Mobility, more often than not, is less used to go swat flies and more along the lines to put yourself in the best position to swat a fly and then not change your position. Because you're thinking, wow, this angle is so OP, surely they're going to try to push me, so I'm going to use my shift for myself. So, like, if you think about it from this perspective here, your shift is, like, would you ever take this angle with Ana, like, rotate like that as Ana? No, you never, because you know you die, right? But with Wuyang, maybe I can live here, because if they rush it, I can just run away, I can at least waste time, right? And that's the problem, right? It's like, that's really what the power of the mobility is. It's the ability to take this position. It's not to go back. Yeah. That's the key thing. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Beautiful wave, though. Beautiful wave because people were in active, like, hard, harsh combat. And so even if they weren't 1 HP, the heal amp was a big deal. This is another one of those moments, right? This is a Wuyang angle, right? Wuyang angle doesn't be here. Wuyang angle's not even necessarily here. Wuyang angle just might be kind of like pocketing here, looking at my team, pocketing here, looking at my team. So let's see what you do. I don't hate this. I think the problem here is that you get pincered, right? So now you're egoing this, right?
Yep.
Is that a mistake?
If I just poke her a little, she runs away, and then I help my team.
Could be. Yeah. I think what I'm asking for you, mainly here, is just to commit to a decision. So if you're going to commit to here, just can kind of play here, and then force her to walk into your space. So don't forget this little ledge here, right? This is new. So
yeah, that is new.
But to be honest with you, I don't think that you could help your Hanzo junk. And if you did, you needed to have been there. Right. So like you could have, but then that decision would need to have been made when.
Probably here I rotate there.
Yeah, you go ahead and start moving. Correct. You go ahead and start moving. But I don't think in hindsight that would have been my decision at all, because what do I see in your screen right now? Look at your Ana.
Yeah, she's there.
You feel like that should be her lane and you have your lane, right? Because if you do go there, well, then you leave Sojourn to shoot for free. So, to be frank with you, not your fault.
Okay. So
Not your fault.
contesting her there is good.
Contesting the angle that you're fighting on is good. Forcing her out is good. It's unfortunate that she used all these resources, even freaking Azure Wall. It's a little bad, and you don't even get the kill here, right? So this is another one of those moments where it's like you wait for the damage, it's just like,
And it misses.
Well, did you wait for the damage, or is that hindsight here? Yeah, you did. You're full HP. You got healed from your Ana. Yeah, so this is bad. Because there's a chance. But I'm going to be honest with you, I actually think going back here is, again, a mistake. This fight's lost, so what should you do?
Try to trade backlines.
Try to trade backlines, right. Why? Because that's where you were. Not just because it's the best strategy approach in a 3v5, but it's the only thing that you can do. You can't possibly save your hazard here.
Yeah.
She's fricked. She's dead. There's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? But here, my goodness gracious, there's a chance. He gets the trade on the Genji.
Yeah.
You have ult. You hear me? Here's another question. What if Ana doesn't die because you're pulling 3 people's attention on the flank? You're never going to be able to out heal 3 people, but you can definitely distract 3 people sometimes. And if she does die, one of those or 2 of those people isn't looking at you, so maybe you kill somebody. You can't win when you don't have space. You can't win when you don't have space. Because you're not in a position to get a trade anymore. This is not a good ultimate. Not because, it's bad to ult yourself. It's because that you're just not in a position and she's gone. And now you're like, well, what have I done? I mean, your hazard probably still should die. Why? Because you're surrounded everywhere. Like they're just like it just feels terrible. So like I like a lot of what you were trying to do. I just hate where you were doing it. That's my problem. Does that make sense? Commit to your lane. Commit to your angle. It's not always bad with Wuyang to be on a solo angle. If that's what the map gives you, take it.
Yeah, makes sense. I definitely feel like I was like thinking too much like an Ana there.
Yeah. Okay. Where did that wave go? I'm suspicious. Frick me, man. It's so funny because it's opportunity cost even. Like, you're actively taking the time you could be charging up like half of another orb to use a wave that's just, it's significantly lower damage. 40 damage, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's just terrible, It's just terrible.
It's very obvious looking.
But we shifted out of it.
Yeah, I learned.
Nice. Nicely done, mate. Hazard should die. Hazard does die. Where should you go?
Is there a flank on the left?
There is.
I didn't know that.
It's new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to go in here
Map knowledge.
and you're going to rotate in here. Now, is this feeding? No. Why? Because you have wave.
Because I have
Correct.
I have abilities.
So it's impossible for him to deflect the wave. He's in a small room. It's 160 healing. He's not going to win in that room. So you need to use your shoot melee spam, what we talked about earlier. But yeah, you're fine. I'm going to gouge my eyes out.
Difference if I went there.
This is just disastrous. Yeah. This wave is terrible.
That wave, I honestly have no idea. I don't know.
That's fine. You know what it is? It's dopamine. It's just buttons to press. We all do it. I do it. Grandmaster players do it. Just we need to do it less if you want to get better.
Sure.
It's fine. You're already moving destruction anyway. I think your mechanics look pretty good in terms of your aim. You've done a good job. I can tell you've put some time into it because pretty good at hitting the easy shots, and that's the important part. That wave is like not good, but I think it's one of those contextual waves where like I could see it being good in a different circumstance because it hits your tank who's in the middle of a heavy tank trade. It's just not, he's just basically full, so I just don't think it's worth.
It's like...
Yeah, you don't have to wait for them to be critical.
Early.
But let's put it this way. If that hazard had my hazard's HP, vice versa, right, I would probably wave my hazard here if he was half, 100%. Just to keep him. Because I'm not really under any risk. I'm not going to be under any risk. And it just allows me to quickly get him back up to full because the closer your tank is to full, the more he's allowed to do. This is just, okay, I don't have wave. I know there are people there. I probably should not be shifting into the open. I should be a little bit more attentive. You're trying to follow up. I get it. Freaking stat farming supports, man. Tell you what. Sit in the back line and heal your team. Sit in the back line and heal your team. Do your job. Freaking tubing Spilo viewer.
So we do win the fight, but the ult was maybe wasted.
Yeah, just more of a cover use thing more than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it didn't even blow anybody up. I could have even probably lived without using it.
Uh-huh. That's fine. Yeah, this is fine. We just 1, 2, 3 ults versus 0.
Yep. Yeah, no, this one they were going to win.
Impossible one. I mean, this would be a situation where maybe you ult your junk or maybe you ult your Hanzo. If we didn't waste the last one, we could win this potentially. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. So always a collection of little things done in fights where they didn't feel significant. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh gosh, I'm dealing with the ramifications of my choices. So ouch, right? So, okay. What needs to be practiced? Simply as you can.
Find the Wuyang angles.
Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean? As opposed to what you're doing right now?
Angles that are like behind walls.
Sure.
On.
Tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it is tricky.
I think the way to look at it is there were situations where you felt like you could not hold an angle because your sightline wasn't all that great, or you were like felt a little bit exposed, but that's because you're thinking not like a Wuyang. When we're talking about like what's a Wuyang angle, let's frame it this way. The Wuyang angle is the angle that nobody else can hold and still be effective. Because you're able to shoot behind walls. So just hold angle, please. Hold angle, please. Think more creatively about where can I actually hold that otherwise would feel uncomfortable. And crucially, don't feel this responsibility of I need to go back and peel, whether that's my tank or support. Instead, commit with wherever you're at. If you can peel your tank, if you can peel your support, if you can peel your DPS, that's great. Wuyang is really good at that, but it needs to be based off of convenience, not out of responsibility. That is a theme that keeps coming up in my reviews, but it's a big, big, big problem. Okay, what else?
So finding an angle, being convenient stuff with that angle.
Correct.
Big thing, not wasting the wave. Wave is not good for damage.
Correct. That's the key thing. It's not wasting the wave, but don't just use it for just random damage. That's the key thing. Because like that was there wasn't a lot of other wasted waves besides that. It was just random damage. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's like random damage or random healing, and it's not
correct.
Necessary.
That is correct. And then finally, which we didn't see as much throughout the rest of the review, but it's because you were more isolated in the rest of the review. Don't cycle Harmony Orb. too much. Make sure this, because it's going to pause your resource if you're using your beam specifically, but it's also going to distract you from uptime and your damage.
Right.
Any questions?
What matchups do you think he's best with?
I think it's pretty flexible. I mean, I don't look at Wuyang as being like this OP anti-dive character really until you get your double wave. So I'd probably prefer, like, if I'm playing Flashpoint, I want to abuse Cassidy's and stuff like that, and Zen's. You know, I'm going to make their lives miserable from angles and just never miss my shots because they're so freaking slow. So I'd say the slower the target is, the easier you're going to be able to hit shots.
Right.
As long as basically the answer with a lot of these dynamic characters is, what's the matchup that I really like? Well, on sniper maps, I love dive characters because I can take any angle and poke them out. On dive maps, like the one you just played, I love sniper characters because I could take any stupid flank and there's nothing they can do about it, right? So these dynamic characters, it's like, what, you're pretty flexible. So whatever character isn't super strong in that map, you're going to dominate, right?
Yeah.
Flyers are just miserable. That's basically it. Because it's just, they are shots, you know? So, I mean, even Genji is very doable if you can get him in a small room with double wave. So most of Wuyang's matchups are more, it depends, more so than most characters. Any other questions?
Not really. I think I have a much better grasp now of the angle maxing on more open maps. I have found, like, I played like a couple Dorado games, and he felt like pretty good in chokes with like how strong the wave is with your team there and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you'll like hold an angle, you'll look on the lane, you'll be like, okay, they're all like 5-manning, so I wave once they've committed, and it's just murder. Yeah. Your splash damage as well is ridiculous as well if they just clump in main as well. Yep.
So it feels good. Yeah, I mean, it feels like I can just keep working on him a little bit and
sure
fix the on a brain and
Yep.
And do pretty good.
Yep. Absolutely.